Welcome back to another episode of Never Watch Alone, where you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. I'm your host, Tim Leifheit, and we are here for the unorthodox Christmas specials and Christmas movies. Because honestly, there's a lot of weird Christmas movies out there, or movies that are either debated or unsure of if they're actually quote-unquote Christmas movies. But damn it, we're here for the ones that everyone debates on. And of course, we have to start on with the one that is famous for that debate, John McTiernan's Die Hard, the OG Die Hard that made Bruce Willis a star. And joining me, as always, is my good companion, Sean Wheeler. How you doing, Sean? You ready to die hard?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. It really begs the question, considering the body of work that Bruce Willis has put out, both good and bad, was it worth it?
Yes. Yes, it was. Because, so now that we're talking about Die Hard, we're just got to straight up ask yourselves, do you, Sean, subscribe to the Die Hard is a damn Christmas movie, fuck off? And not only is it a Christmas movie, it's one of the best Christmas movies, damn it. Are you in that group?
Not necessarily. I'm definitely in the group, though, of, hey, you know what? It takes place at Christmas. It's got plenty of, Christmas stuff going on in it. If you want to watch it as a Christmas movie, fine, go ahead.
I'm kind of in the... Yeah.
Look, I ain't here to yuck your yums. Enjoy. And now, I like this movie? Well, yes, I'm a huge Alan Rickman fan. He is amazing in it. And it really is, as far as action movies goes, it's top notch. So you're never going to find me being like, if I'm in a mood for an action movie and somebody suggests Die Hard, I'm probably not going to say no.
Yeah, that's the attitude to have. Because, yeah, truth be told, I'm not really in that category either. I mean, I was for a little while, but I'm like, I kind of see this, because the action is so goddamn good, I see it as an action movie first and not a Christmas movie.
I would agree.
But again, just like you, I still say to anyone out there who says, this is the best Christmas movie ever, I'm like, yeah, dude, more power to you. I'm not in that camp, but you are totally allowed. Because, I hear people, talk about Die Hard, and it's like, some people are like, it's not a Christmas movie, damn it. And, the other people are like, yes, it is. And I'm like, guys, can't we just, enjoy the thing?
Yeah.
It's because, that's the weird thing that I'm like, really? There are people out there that just are straight up die-hard Christmas, deniers? I'm actually curious, do those people actually mute Let It Snow during the end credits? Do they, mute that at the end? Just to be in that further of denial or something? I don't know, man.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. If you are one of those people, hit us up in the comments and let us know what you think of that.
Also, if you're one of those people who insists that this is a Christmas movie and it's your Christmas movie and you have to watch it, and it's the only Christmas movie you like to watch, my only question for you is, who hurt you?
Once again, put us in the comments. Call us out. Why not? It's kind of like the talkbacks from when, talkbacks in the early internet were kind of cool and weren't just internet trolls like they are. That's a whole other can of worms. But anyway, Die Hard. So did you see this on any of the re-releases or in theaters?
God,
or
no.
Where did you?
Okay. Look, I was born in '82, so I'm a bit older. This movie is something that I caught, on cable television at some point when I was young, maybe 10, 12 years old. So
yeah. So I take it you must have really loved it then, from even if it was the watered down cable version.
Well, I enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed it. I've never had an issue with it. I kind of came to it a little backwards though, and let me explain what I mean by that. So one of my favorite movies growing up, even though I understand it's not a good movie, but when you're a kid, you like what you like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I loved Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and I particularly love Alan Rickman. He's so good as the sheriff.
Fucking
one of my first favorite actors was Alan Rickman. I loved him in that. Morgan Freeman's in it. Great little movie, as long as you ignore everything. So if you're just there to enjoy these actors doing their craft and kind of ignore everything else, like, yeah, it's great.
I'm gonna cut your heart out with a spoon.
And,
great line.
Oh yeah, and I can't remember his name, but the fantastic actor who played Guy of Gisborne, who was also the villain in The Crow and was the villain in Three Musketeers along with Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Like, you just had these great 90s actors who were just killing it at the time. So I really, that movie very much imprinted on me. So when I finally saw Die Hard later, I enjoyed it again because Alan Rickman.
Right. Well, Alan Rickman, we can all, I think it's kind of something, as great as Bruce Willis is and how much he carries the movie and how it really, like, earned him, like, the status of superstardom, like, overnight. Honestly, the best person in this movie is Rickman. Like, let's all be really honest. Like, I don't, unless, again, if there's anyone out there who says otherwise, because this is where, I can imagine all the comments section starting to really pop up and, blow up with debates and whatnot. Which I want to see. I want to see some movie fights in there.
Well, and I think, it's... I think if you look at careers overall, I don't know. I think Rickman made a lot more smart decisions, but also, I would say, artistic decisions. And that's not necessarily required. I don't necessarily need an actor to be artistic. And don't get me wrong, like, Bruce Willis has done a lot of other movies that I enjoy. He's just fallen into a bit of late career malaise where it's like, you're just phoning it in and playing a watered down version of the character that made you famous a lot now.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of wish that, I wish someone had, was able to look Bruce Willis in the eye and say, hey, dude, it's okay. You can retire now. It's
right?
Like, you made $1 bazillion off of this movie and all your other movies. It's okay. You can retire. You can rest. The party's over. Enjoy yourself. Quit while you're ahead. Don't stay too late and overstay.
Yeah, and particularly when you look into the stories of him being very difficult to work with and hijacking productions and things like that. It does put a level of concern in there. It's just like, it's like, when he's well directed and well handled, he definitely has put out some amazing work.
I take it you heard all the stories from Die Hard 4 with Kevin Smith.
Yes, I mean, there's other stories. I've heard a myriad of stories, and it's like,
oh yeah,
case in point, you got somebody like Christopher Nolan who's going to demand perfection and might want to do a take 20, 30, 40 times.
Yeah. And
then you have an actor like Bruce Willis who's like, oh, I'm only doing this take 4 times, then I'm done, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, it's like the director gets to make the call of when you have it, not you.
Yeah. And that's, oh man, see, now I want to start, bring up Kubrick and The Shining with Shelley Duvall, but I don't know, man, the results speak for themselves on that one, so it's a weird area of artistic collaboration, isn't it?
It is, and don't get me wrong, I definitely think that there is a line where it can teeter into abuse. I understand that, and I definitely have all the respect for the actors in the world. I don't think, but in this instance, that's not really Bruce's problem. Bruce's problem is more like, no, I think I did a good enough job, and I don't want to do any more work. And it's like, nah, that's not how that quite goes.
Bruce Willis is going to act like Bruce Willis.
But you know what? Like, again, at this point in time of his career, this is great. This is super fun. I mean, he does an excellent job. Clearly, he's not been doing movies yet. He doesn't have that attitude. So I think there was a lot of really great movie magic in this film.
Absolutely.
And they figured out how to get a lot of elements to work and work right, and it just does. I mean, there's so many things about this movie where it's like, this should have gone horribly wrong, and it worked.
But it didn't. Yeah, that's actually kind of how everyone felt, because I think I remember reading, like, this movie was kind of expected to tank because there was a lot of competition, of all these other movies back in '88, because this is like the late '80s, so like there was every classic was released this year. Like we had Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Pee-wee. We had Red Heat with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think there was there another Rambo movie? Yeah, Rambo 3. We had Crocodile Dundee 2, Coming to America, Clint Eastwood's The Deadpool. It was madness, and to think that this movie would be a success was with an actor who had a small success with television and one bad movie under his belt. You'd be like, how the hell are you gonna pull this off? And
too bad.
Plus, he's not much.
Two bad movies. He had 2 bad movies under his belt at this point.
Oh, okay. And plus he wasn't. He wasn't fucking cut like Stallone or Schwarzenegger. Like he looked like your dad.
Right.
So like, how the hell are you gonna do this?
Yeah, I mean, it was. Although I will argue, they talk about like, oh well, this was the shift in action hero, and it's like kinda. Because
it was definitely the one that cemented it.
Yes, it was the one that cemented it. Now, whether or not, however you want to talk about him, I would argue, although they're buddy cop movies, I would still say the Lethal Weapon movies are action movies. And the first one had come out a year or 2 before this. And it's like, and that had made Mel Gibson a huge star. And it's like, he's not cut like those guys either. So I'm like,
no,
okay, like, this definitely, I would agree with you, cemented it, but it wasn't the first.
Yeah. It was definitely the one that really just planted it that trope in there.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with the fact of the amount of time he's basically running around shirtless.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the other big key that really helped this movie be what it was and so fucking good was the director, John McTiernan. I mean, coming off of Predator to do this, I think for one of his movies, Honest Trailers called him the Michael Bay of the 80s, but better.
Well, and he didn't want to do it.
No, yeah,
like,
exactly.
He turned down the script time and time again because the original script had them being terrorists, and he's like, I don't want to make a terrorist movie.
Yeah, he's like, it's a little political, especially, in the late 80s, there was a lot of, like, actual German terrorism going on around at the time.
And, that was and that he's the one who really pushed for the shift, and that's why they changed him to thieves. It's like, okay, we can have some fun with this. They're robbers. Let's do that.
I mean, they start out as terrorists, but it turns out, they just want to rob a shitload of money.
Right, and it's like, and that works because you can have more fun with that because now it's not like some fanatical
everyone gets to have their cake and eat it too.
Right.
So and that and the crazy thing is, the first time I watched this, I actually had a friend of mine. It's weird because now he's like a fucking priest. But yeah, I know it's strange. I went to a private school for like the first 10 years of my life, and so but it's very revealing. But apparently, he loves Die Hard for like just as a Christmas movie. He's like, yeah, man, he was totally in that ground, and like this is like the mid 2000s and whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, man, this is like the best thing ever. And I talked to him, and so he lent me a copy of the DVD, and I popped it in, and I even remember my folks popping in, like poking around downstairs, like, oh, what are you watching? I'm like, oh, Die Hard. I'm like, oh, and they're like, oh, that's a classic. So, and yeah, man, I watched the DVD. So just the whole hard R-rated thing the whole way through, and yeah, man, it was a blast. So,
yeah, it's just fun.
Oh, totally. And of course, let's not forget. And plus, the other really cool thing about Die Hard is that it just spawned so many wonderful and terrible, imitations. Like, we had Die Hard on a bus, Die Hard on a mountain, Die Hard in a tunnel, Die Hard on a plane, Die Hard on the president's plane.
Well, you just like that because it spawned your favorite movie, your favorite action movie.
Yeah, it is kind of true. John DeBont, man, the cinematographer, went on to do Speed, which, fuck, I love that movie.
Yeah, that you do.
Oh, dude, it's so good though. Like, because that's what action movies are supposed to do. They're just supposed to be a gut burst of adrenaline release. Thankfully, this movie has it too.
Well, I think it's about time we got to this gut
hell
adrenaline
yeah, man!
release.
Let's get ready to die hard, man. Although I do want to ask one last thing before we start. Have you seen any of the sequels, and what did you think?
I have seen the sequels. I really like the second one. I think the third one has certainly charm to it. I think Jeremy Irons brings a lot to the table on that one, as well as Samuel L. Jackson, which keeps that kind of going. Moving past that, I think you got diminishing returns. I think it was a horrible idea to ever do a PG-13 one.
No shit.
And the last one, I was just like, why?
Yeah. That's. I saw 2, and that was it. So.
Oh, I mean,
I think we'll go.
3 is definitely worth a watch. Particularly, they do a kind of tie back to the first one with it, and as I said, a lot of what makes it work is the fact that you got Jeremy Irons and Samuel L. Jackson coming on.
Yeah, that's very true. Wonderful way to balance things out. But anyway, we're here to talk about the first one. So if y'all got... who am I kidding? Whoever is watching this probably has like a copy already, and they're ready to just pop this in and be like, play the damn movie already. So if you've got a movie, if you got the copy, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS, whatever. If you don't, it is streaming as of now on Amazon Prime. But yeah, cue it up, can get ready to press play, because we are getting ready to die hard in 3, 2, 1, click. And there's the 20th Century Fox logo. I've got a weird copy, because I think it's like a version that was in 16:9 and they stretched it out for some reason. I don't know. I guess they were like, I guess that looks good. Let's just get the movie onward. I don't know about you watching back home, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean the Fox logo does look a little weird, but the rest of the movie looks fine, so whatever.
Oh yeah. It's good good on my end. So as long as it's good on you guys' end, because that's what it's all about. It's about you folks listening at home, watching it, where you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. And then now, okay, this is the other thing about this movie that I remember is like, man, you can really tell this is like the late 80s, man. Like really late 80s and early 90s. Because I think it's the moment that's coming up where the dude looks down his shirt and sees the gun. Oh, yeah, and then this.
I love this.
Fists with your toes. Okay, have you actually tried this on a long airplane flight?
I haven't yet.
I actually have not, I don't really remember remember this as well as I should and try that. I mean, I've flown a few times in the last couple of years, but I don't... Yeah! A gun on a plane! Boy, is this movie pre-9/11 or what? But, yeah, I never really tried the, make fists with your toes sort of thing. Also, I don't think you could ever get away with a stuffed animal on board like that.
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. I just feel like they're going to want to rip that thing open for, like, fine cocaine.
Nah, they'll go through the X-ray machine at security. You're fine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, how about, hey, kids, you remember indoor smoking at an airport?
Right. Indoor smoking, period?
Indoor smoking, period, and carry on in an airport. Carry on weapons. Like,
very interesting. Apparently, George Takei really wanted the part of Takagi, but there was some confusion with his agent, and like he didn't get put in the mix the way he wanted to try and go.
We could have had Sulu in this. What? Oh man, that's the one way to make this this movie even better. Like having Captain Sulu in this.
Right? Wouldn't that have been nuts?
Ah, damn. Oh well, I mean, I get maybe you know what? Maybe for like a special edition, they can have George Lucas superimpose George Takei into the scenes and replace his performance. Oh man. Oh, this fucking schlub! I forgot about. He is so slimy.
He does it so well, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's honestly, I feel like all character actors of the '80s had this kind of character, just like, you know, the slimy business suit dude who's, you know, whose catchphrase might as well be, "Woo, cocaine's a hell of a drug." I think even RoboCop had one in that, because that was like a huge thing in the late '80s. Oh yes, and the wife. Because it wasn't. Didn't the screenwriter have like a near-death experience and wanted to make the wife's story more compelling?
Yeah, he was distracted driving around after a fight with his wife, and didn't notice a refrigerator box in the road, and he thought he was about to smash full on into a refrigerator. The box ended up being empty. But it made it very clear that, like, I was wrong. I should apologize. This is not how I want to go out in this world. And that inspired him to, you know, kind of make that whole, like, I got to make things right with the wife be the impetus in this movie.
And honestly, that's kind of an ingenious move, because that without any real exposition at all, it really, like, quickly makes you care about John McClane and his purpose for wanting to get back.
Yeah.
You know, there's a whole underlying thing going.
And, you know, I really do think that that Bonnie Bedelia, if I'm pronouncing it right, or does a great job here. And actually, Bruce had worked with her before and really suggested her. And what a great choice. She does a wonderful job.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because unfortunately, a lot of the other characters kind of get sidelined from Bruce Willis and Alan Rickman. But yeah, man, honestly, it's like it's movies like this. If the supporting cast doesn't get picked right, it can really hurt your movie. John McClane. And speaking of supporting cast, the Limo Driver, he's fucking great, man.
Well, right, and what I like, you know, you got Devereaux White, which apparently is not how you pronounce his name, but I can never remember the right way, so sorry, deal with it. One of the things I love about this movie is all the good guys, the limo driver, the cop, Holly, John, they all get their moment. And that's great. It's not him being the only hero. All of them get their little moment, and that makes it so much better.
Yeah, they do kind of get their own little moments. Although, you know, there actually is one character who I know gets, like, a lot of fucking flack. And this was especially famous in Roger Ebert's review. The fucking police commissioner played by, God, what was his name? Paul Gleason. Virtually every 80s authority figure ever. Apparently, if you read Roger Ebert's review, he comes down hard on Paul Gleason. Like, he just hated.
But you know what? But he comes around. Like, he actually came around later and, like, recanted about Die Hard.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, he has. But if you read his original view, it's kind of hilarious. Because I really want to know, like, someone must have put something in Roger Ebert's tea.
The Fox building used as Nakatomi Plaza.
Nakatomi Plaza, 1988. One of the most famous action set pieces in history.
Oh my gosh, did the tenants who are already moved into that being built building hate this production?
Yep. As a matter of fact, I think even to this day, they're like, please, no photographs. Please get security.
Yep.
Like it's bad. But what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh yeah, it was based on a novel.
Right, and so because
everyone forgets.
Right, well, and because there was another movie done off the novel, this was a sequel to. They actually had to offer it first to the star of that previous movie because of the contract. So this role had to first be offered to Frank Sinatra.
Oh my God.
Who obviously was too old at this point and turned it down. And
yeah.
Everyone in Hollywood turned this movie down. I mean, Michael Madsen, Schwarzenegger, Stallone, Eastwood.
Yeah.
Everyone was offered this movie.
Plus, and because I know that they made a conscious decision to make references to it, but a lot of people were like, it's too much like the Towering Inferno. Like, so people just really didn't want to do it. But thank God that, this movie actually did get out of production hell and wind up on the big screen because, man, we got a kick-ass Christmas movie out of it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I really do love the fact that it takes place in Christmas, but in L.A.
Yeah.
So there's virtually no snow.
Oh yeah.
It's not until Die Hard 2. It's not until Die Hard 2 where we finally get some snow in the Die Hard show.
Right.
Although they have to, kind of still keep it at Christmas because, like, again, why always Christmas? Really? Oh yes, another relic, quote unquote, of the late 80s. Touchscreen. Yeah, get used to it, Mr. McClane. You're going to be getting used to a touchscreen for a long time. But it's still kind of amazing that this was like... Can you actually think of an early iteration of a touchscreen system in a movie?
Ooh, I mean, this is probably it.
Yeah, because honestly, thinking about it, I really can't think of an earlier iteration of that, which is kind of cool. I guess this is when, I don't really know the history behind touchscreen technology, but I imagine that, what is it?
At this moment, they're the only ones left in the building. Then why did I have to go through all this? Why did you have to go through the touchscreen? It's like, if they're the only people in the building, you just send them to that floor.
Because he's a dick. That's what, everyone in LA is a dick, Sean. Didn't you know that? Because remember, he's a New York cop. So everyone in LA has to be a dick to him.
But
just to show that everyone's against him.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's a New York cop, which would stereotypically make him one of the biggest assholes ever.
I don't know, man. It's either... It's... Well, in all fairness, aren't we kind of in agreement that all cops are bad? Because, you could be like, oh, Philadelphia cops, or oh, Florida cops, or, just like,
all right,
Chicago.
Let's get off the soapbox. We'll be here all day.
Yes, agreed. Let's go to the Christmas party. Because, there was a line from the Hey Arnold Christmas special, which I still love and watch to this day. But, they're trying to get into a government building to go to find a missing person for Christmas, and they're like, I don't know, Arnold. It looks like Christmas is already here for these guys. It's one of my favorite lines, but yeah, for these guys, Christmas is already here. Love the architecture of it. I know they wanted to have this almost very modern, beautiful Japanese element to it. Gay. But yeah, that you were mentioning like how Mel Gibson was probably the first for like the average dude, the average quote unquote good looking dude, and I think the reason why people look at this one as like the one that really got the trend of having the action hero look like, you know, a more average dude. Let's be honest, Mel Gibson in the 80s, he had that really strong, fine-looking jaw. So he was a much more prettier dude than the average dude.
I gotcha.
Whereas Bruce Willis, you look at him here, you're like, yeah, this totally looks like some bartender dude.
Ah, yes. Actually, remember when he had hair, too? It's like, oh, wow.
Oh, my God, right? Yeah, that's not a wig. That's just, you know, that's just, you know, earlier times.
That's a great line.
Tape decks.
That's a great line.
Tape decks. Wow. Remember what a tape deck is, kids? Oh, shit. The watch? I got it off some dude at the corner of Hollywood Boulevard. It's legit. Oh, yeah. That music, when the music drops low. Oh, yeah, we know we're in for something good. Oh, the famous tank top.
I think they use something like 17 of them in different states of disrepair throughout the movie.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of how it has to be, especially if you're shooting a big action movie out of continuity and whatnot. You really got it. That's really the only way to do it. Although I do know that one of them, like one of the main ones that was used at the climax, is now in the Smithsonian.
Yeah, Bruce had kept it and donated it himself.
Nice. That must have been a really cool gift. Do it, McClane, before it's too late. Also, get some slippers. Yeah, for the love of, for real, like, this movie has to be either, like, low-key a foot fetishist dream, or their worst nightmare. Also, you gotta really love the times of when you could really get away with having sex at an office Christmas party.
I mean, you say that, but I've heard stuff within the last 10 years at some notable entertainment companies, so,
You know what? That makes sense. I guess it really only takes up at the very high up corporate levels, which, you know, given how wealthy they all are, that makes a lot of sense. Also, this might just be me first noticing, but you notice that giant scar on his shoulder? I'm like, oh wow! It's amazing they had like a makeup for a wound that, you know, even before the action begins, and then that's a nice little touch, because you know, usually before the show, like, I think only with the exception of maybe like Rambo, because, you know, he was in the nom, man. He was in the shit. Yeah, you don't see, like, before the main action begins, you don't see your hero kind of cut up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it is a nice touch.
Because, you know, you want that contrast. You want them looking pristine and clean and buff and beautiful, so that way when they come out of this shit, you're like, yeah, holy hell, there's contrast to it. Oh, is that Hans in the car? Or are they all in the truck? Knock, knock. poor guy, that poor desk clerk is working Christmas Eve there.
Right.
And this poor schmuck and then this shit happens. Poor guy. And he was only 2 days away from retirement.
And here comes one of the big notable errors in the movie that most people never pick up on.
What's that?
I'll let you know when the moment comes.
Okay. Blood squibs.
What's missing? Where's the ambulance?
Oh yeah, you're right.
They couldn't figure out how they were supposed to escape, so that was written in very late. And they were just like, well, we can't do anything about it, so we're just going to roll with it and hope nobody notices because it's so long apart.
Well... Is it me or is that dude, like, typing like my grandma?
And he seems so self-satisfied with it, too.
Well, the self-satisfactory, that makes sense. He's a bad guy and he's a hacker dude. So, naturally, he'd be like, oh, yeah, I'm hot shit. And night falls on this fateful building. Ah! Rickman!
Oh,
Rickman,
yes.
Rickman! Dude, this is probably one of the great breakout performances, for real. And it's not even a breakout, it's just literally his first film role. Which I do know that he was kind of hesitant to do, because he's like, yeah, I don't want to be typecast as villains for the rest of my life. Which, let's be honest, after this performance, he kind of wasn't he?
I mean, a bit. He did plenty of non-villain stuff, too, though, if you really look around. But I do understand the hesitancy. But come on, I mean, they saw him on Broadway in Dangerous Liaisons, and were just like, he's our Hans Gruber. Like, we need this guy.
Yeah. And I'm so glad that they did, because man, what a performance. I mean, it's so fucking tragic that he had to pass away in 2016.
Yeah.
Man, he was like one of the first deaths of 2016, too. I think it was him and David Bowie.
Mm.
And from then on, we just lost like 10, 15 really good celebrities. Yeah, 2016 was like the really shit, like, precursor to 2020. Son of a bitch, it actually works. I never tried that, but you know what? Now, next time I do if I ever have to fly home for Christmas, I'm going to try that. Hopefully, it's not in like a big office Christmas party hotel area or something, because who knows? I might need my shoes.
Right.
Oh, and also, do you hear the musical foreshadowing?
Yeah.
Ode to Joy, man. Well, I really hope that Limo Driver is getting paid a lot to just hang around.
I love the fact that this guy, who comes off as so menacing, is like a ballet dancer.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, this long-haired blonde was a ballet dancer.
Wow. Yeah, also, don't you find it fucking hilarious that, like, almost none of them speak a lick of German?
Right?
They just like, we just want them to make them look intimidating. Now, on paper, or just like as a pitch, I would say that's a horrible, stupid idea. But you know what? McTiernan is just that talented and knows how to work with it.
Right.
That you really don't give a shit.
Yep.
Isn't it like later on in the movie where they're like, Hans says something in German and he has to translate, shoot the glass. And you're like, do any of these people actually speak German?
Right.
They all get out with these big submachine guns, and no one notices until they start firing. Yeah, this is definitely pre 9/11, man. Hey, McClane, get your shoes on. McClane, shoes. Oh yeah, this moment. This I thought was so random. I mean, I know they set that up, but like, so random to have like just titties. Yeah. Actually, I think that model was like a legit Playboy or Playmate at the time.
I mean, it's an 80s movie. They felt it was needed.
Which I'm like, John McTiernan, just because you really know what you're doing, everything else, I'll just go with this. Why not? You know what? Fine. Why not? Titties. Let's go for it. Oh man, I need a hit. I hope McClane's got some extra clips in there.
Right.
Phone's dead. Oh, I'm trying to make out the tattoo that he's got. Is that great? Because to me it looks like Grateful Dead or something. And now our first speaking bit from
Uh-huh.
Oh, sir, your voice is like liquid molasses. I love it. Tell him, Rickman. No, of course not you. And Academy Award winner, 1963 Best Original Song. I really love how he's like now basically the embodiment of what's the term? Neutral evil. Yeah. He's humming Ode to Joy. I love this exchange. Just, I have two myself. God, he's so charming.
He is.
And such a bastard. I love it. Yeah, also, and really, I just love how he's just, kind of like casually, singing Ode to Joy. Which, as I'm pretty sure a lot of our diehard fans out there know, that the producer or the music by Michael Kamen, he was really reluctant to use Ode to Joy at all, because he's like, look, I'll use Wagner and oh god, what were some of the other ones that he referenced? Because I know he's like, I'll use Wagner, Strauss, Bach in a heartbeat, but why must you like use Beethoven like this? Why? And then he showed him, that Stanley Kubrick made it the main theme of Clockwork Orange, and he's like, all right, fine. Like, if Kubrick thinks it's good enough for his movie, then yeah, I'll throw it in there. Why not? And it turned out to be really great, because in a weird way, I kind of, anytime I think of Ode to Joy, there's a weird mental gymnastic in my brain that wants to put one foot in the Christmas category for that, just because of how it was used in this. And it was also, I think, even, I don't know if you ever saw the film adaptation of Get Smart with Anne Hathaway and...
I have.
Yeah. They use Ode to Joy quite a bit with that one. I think, Terrence Stamp was taking a lot of notes from Hans Gruber. He's like, yes, it's a personal favorite. It leads quite a bit of a show, but it ends with a bang. And now begin the negotiations. Money, money! We're not terrorists, we're thieves! Again, great way to have your cake and eat it
right?
too, you know? Honestly, if I were McClane at this point, I wouldn't even be trying to get to the main bad guys in the situation. I would just try to find an exit to the building at this point and get help that way. Because seriously, backup procedure is like paramount. Don't charge in there, guns blazing, solo. Find backup, and in this case, you're gonna need like a SWAT team's level of backup.
Right.
But that's okay, because it makes for great entertainment. Three will be the number to be counting, and the number that will be the counting to is 3. 4. Thou shalt not count 2, and 2 only then to proceed to 3. 5 is right out. Oh, shit.
So they had to teach him how to hold a gun, because when he first picked it up and they saw him on set, Alan Rickman was holding it very limp-wristed. So
yeah.
He actually had to be trained in how to hold a weapon.
Yeah, and plus I know that for this one, because, John McTiernan had some access to some serious ordnance on Predator, his last film. So he was like, I'm going to go a little bit up the ante a little bit. So they actually, I think one of the armorers actually played up the kind of squibs that they were using for this.
They did.
So that way.
Not only that, their squibs were really loud, and they didn't want to use stock old recorded gunshots, so they actually went to a range and recorded the noises of their squibs to use for the after effects for the noises in this movie.
Yep, I think they even fired with live rounds on a range to get some of the modern sounds too. But for actual on set, they used like these types of blanks. They were modified blanks, but they were supposed to produce much bigger muzzle flashes than you normally would to get a really big style out of
and
it.
Because they were so loud, that's one of the reasons the people in the building got annoyed, and they could only use them after 5.
Yeah, I think even Bruce Willis had some hearing damage after firing some of those rounds.
Little tinnitus never hurt anyone.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. Like they don't back in the 80s, they didn't mess around. Like when you did action sequences, you really went up nuts. Bigger explosions, bigger muzzle flashes, just bigger everything.
Whew.
Oh shit. It's the safe. Oh, I get it. It's the 7th seal. Get it? Get it? That's the other thing that really makes this movie is the fact that they can write having John McClane just literally talk to himself.
Yep.
But Bruce Willis somehow makes that work. Nine. Boy, you really gotta love those briefcase cell phones.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Anybody home? Oh, man, I just realized there's another big influence that Die Hard had on modern action movies. Honestly, influence on one of the greatest superhero movies of all time, The Dark Knight. Also takes place, the climax takes place in a partially constructed building.
Yep.
It's amazing how construction sites make such good action movie set pieces. I'm only gonna blast your brains out. It's the Popo, and you've been busted. You're a loose cannon, McClane. Damn, that's the other thing that I missed in movies of these old movies. More sparks.
Yeah.
You don't really see sparks anymore, or at least like actual on-set sparks anymore in sets because
True.
Fire hazard. Well, I mean, you get it. Fire hazard. You don't want to play it safe and whatnot, but at the same time, like, use real sparks, damn it. That's one down. How many of them were there?
Oh, like, a whole lot.
Damn, that's one hell of a safe cracker. All right, more bullets. Walkie-talkie, keep in contact. Cool. Oh, actually, you know what was really cool? Oh, yeah, the lighter. Something really cool. I actually was in a museum where they had one of the original walkie-talkies on display.
Nice. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love this
bit. Yeah. Let's make this a little bit more fun. I love this slick sense of humor this guy has.
Yep.
And Lord knows it spawned a ton of Christmas sweaters. I actually was working at a warehouse for a company that did T-shirts, and they actually did have a license for Die Hard. So there were tons and tons of those sweaters that said, "Now I have a machine gun." Oh. Oh, and yeah, right here, this is the inception of the movie Speed. Yeah, boy. Going down. We control we control the system. You are about to experience the awe and mystery of the outer limits. And she's like, "Oh shit, it's McLean." Ho. 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 I don't know. Honestly, it's the way that Alan Rickman says that.
Oh, yeah.
Just is my every... Can we have... It's too bad that Alan Rickman never got to play Santa Claus in anything. Even as, like, a voiceover role, you know? Taking notes.
So yeah, apparently Bruce actually did this himself. He had no problem riding on top of elevator.
Yeah, well, I can see why he would want to be that, because, you know, he's really trying to be the big action star and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I know this was like a huge safety concern, because remember, this is a big stunt show coming off the tails of the Twilight Zone movie accident.
Ah, yeah.
You know, that was... if you guys don't know about that, yeah, Google it. And whatever you do, don't hit the images. It's pretty nasty. There were a couple actors and a couple extras decapitated by a helicopter on the set. Oh, more titties. You are tearing me apart, John McClane! Oh my god. That's the only way to have these movies get even dumber, is if Tommy Wiseau is the main villain for a Die Hard movie. Actually, can we have
that? Dude, that facial expression with the eyebrow. Oh my god, so good.
Only John can piss off someone like that. You're LA. This is LA. You don't even have jurisdiction here. Oh man, the roof. The roof. Schnell, schnell! Okay, seriously, at that point, for real, like, post 9/11, like, after a fire alarm there, and now this report, yeah, they would send everything they got.
Oh, yeah.
Those were simpler times back in the 80s, weren't they? Hey, gunshots. That'll do it. Use more sparks, movies! A drive-by? You heard gunshots, damn it! Oh, and you're gonna send the cop from Family Guy to do this? Come on!
Not Family Guy, Family Matters, and that wasn't a thing.
Oh, Family Matters.
That's how he got that job after doing this.
That's right. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of Ghostbusters. He was totally the cop in Ghostbusters before that.
This role made his career, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we're better for it. He's delightful.
Yeah. He was although I hear he did get like an insane and annoying number of Twinkies hurled in his face later in his career, which I'm like, yeah, thanks, motherfuckers, and then proceeds to eat them. Because I don't care who you are, Twinkies are amazing. Yo, also for real, how did not anyone hear the gunshots from up there?
Not necessarily, being how high up they are.
Nah, sound travels, man. And besides, given how loud those guns are, someone should have been able to hear them. I mean, remember, they were getting all sorts of fucking complaints about the noise for these action sequences.
Yeah. Well, but that was for people in the building and the surrounding buildings, not like half a mile away.
You know what? Get the Mythbusters on that. If you fire a bunch of automatic weapons from the top of a very tall skyscraper, would people be able to hear it below on the streets several blocks, like a couple miles away? That's an interesting test I'd like to conduct. Oh, that's not a terrifying drop at all.
Right?
Oh, the vertigo is real. Once again, titties. I think that's also a really great relic of the 80s, is like you can just have in maintenance areas casual nudity on your calendars and pinups on the wall. Knock knock. Oh shit.
Ah yes, the famous botch stunt.
Yep. Okay. Okay. It's a really good thing those Germans, the German weapons are built so tough, aren't they? Because honestly, this should never happen.
Yeah.
Also, how much do you think John McClane might weigh? Because how tall is Bruce Willis?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm googling it. Let's why not? Let's see. Height. Wow, Willis is 6 foot even. So, let's say he's in really good shape here. So let's say
170, 180.
No, I was gonna say like maybe 180, 195, maybe an even 200. Depending on how much
I'd
muscle
say about
mass
180.
180, 190 ish. I don't know. Maybe that gun could hold his weight.
I doubt it.
Actually, I would probably believe it would hold a lot better if it was one of those if it wasn't one of those pull-out stocks and it was more like the fixed butt plate.
But yeah, the stunt man did not actually make that stunt, and he fell 40 feet into a safety bag.
Damn.
But they still used a bit of that shot, and they did that cutaway to his hands catching.
Yeah, it works because you're like, oh shit!
Right?
And there's the famous shot of the lighter.
Yep.
Wait for it. Yoo-hoo. Whatever you do, don't move. Oh! That was close. Wait for it. Wait for it. Damn. Almost. Well, truth be told, if these terrorists were really smart, they literally just would have looked at any vent and just shot it up completely.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just any shaft you see, just emptying an entire clip. And just wait for blood to start coming out of the holes.
Right.
Come on. Join the party. Yeah, their training would have them immediately go, like, to the front desk and check everything out. Like, there's no way they're just going to do a drive-by. I think even for the 80s, you know? There we go. That's better. Happy New Year. Pretty good accent. Although not quite as hilariously good as Hans's encounter with John McClane.
Yeah.
That one's kind of legendary. I'm American. I'm very American. Now where's my hot dogs and potato chips and Coca-Cola? Oh, yeah. Yeah, didn't Willis have, like, a really hard time breaking that glass?
Yes. There are alternate takes where you just see the chair break.
Yeah, the chair wound up breaking before the glass did. Sus. Down. It's Christmas, motherfucker. I'm too overworked for this. Empty the clip, sir. Oh, it's already empty. Yeah. And a Happy New Year's. Yay, more musical foreshadowing.
Yeah, but you know, it's Christmas songs. It helps make it more of a Christmas movie.
Yep. They even have the jingles in the score.
I love this
wait
part.
for it. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yeah! Damn, motherfucker, shit, motherfucker, cock, sucking, oh, goddamn, oh, god, oh, pursue, send back up, fool, oh, goddamn! Yeah! Yeah! Now this is some Christmas party action. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, we gotta check in on the limo driver, don't we? They got an MG42 or some shit going on up there. shit. Oh, hey, it's the other every 80s authority figure ever. Oh,
yep,
man.
he was the dick in Ghostbusters, so he just became the dick in everything.
Yeah, man. I heard he got like a lot of shit later on in life because of like just all the, because apparently, you know, that's just a testament to what a good actor he is. But man,
yeah,
you know, it's kind of like the how much like, you know, bullying that the guy who played Biff received.
right.
He's like, you leave Marty McFly alone. I'm like, guys, it's a movie,
right?
I'm an actor, okay? He's been listening, you twat. No, this really is kind of, because I think along with Speed, there really was like a big trend of phone-based villains over the '90s, and I think this really is like the inspiration behind all that that trend of the '90s. You know?
Yeah,
because you know it's the banter between the hero and the villain over where they don't actually meet face to face.
Right.
Whoa, indeed. Because honestly, I can totally see this being the inspiration behind all the '90s based or the phone based villains of the '90s.
Yeah, for sure.
Because oh shit, he's gonna say the thing. Say the thing. He said the thing! Yay!
Yeah, but it's not even my favorite line in the movie, though.
Oh, really?
I'll let you know it's coming up. My favorite line's coming up.
All right, because I'm like, yay, he said the thing.
It's a fun line. I understand it's the one that people most remember, but it's not my favorite.
Fucking journalists.
Right?
You motherfucker! Oh, man. God, although I will say this, as bad as he is in this one, he's nowhere near as bad as he is in Die Hard 2. Like, where he basically just causes an entire panic
right.
On a fucking airplane. I mean, especially in a post 9/11 world, that is a serious trigger warning now.
Right.
Come on, McClane. See, there's another thing that just comes into play that I just thought of right now. That cop should be like, how do I know that you're not one of them? Hey, Schwarzenegger reference. Yay. Yeah, seriously, that cop should have been immediately questioning, how the hell do I know he's not one of them? Roy. That's what I'm talking about. And here we have the every 80s authority figure, Roger Ebert's least favorite character, Deputy Officer Dwayne Robinson. It's Barry Manilow. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, for real. Like, as far as the cops know, I'm with them on that.
Oh no, actually, I'm with him. All he talked about the weapons, what he was looking at, like checking labels, that's all kind of stuff you'd be doing as police work that a civilian wouldn't necessarily think about.
Yeah, I guess it's just never underestimate what the hell is up in that building, you know? Because remember, the cops don't know shit right now. Oh, man. The picture frame, man. Love it.
Yep.
And in a related story, I indeed do not have a dick. Oh, shit. okay, I agree with that they don't know shit and they probably shouldn't be too hasty with things. But you're just gonna go in? That's stupid! Because he's right. You don't know if there are hostages in there, man.
You don't know anything, and so...
And you're just gonna go in guns blazing? This is L.A., isn't it? Shit. Man, this... Like, I know I keep saying this, but man, this really was the 80s. So much smoking.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, right before the battle coming in, yeah, smoke them if you got them.
Right.
I love just the tiny little set decorations of the Christmas decor. Just a little constant to remind you, I guarantee you, this is a Christmas movie. Oh, you guys are about to get fucked up.
It's little moments like that where it's like, guy gets hurt on a rose bush. It humanizes everything so well.
Well, I also love that that's also kind of a precursor, like, oh, these guys haven't busted something like this in a long time.
Right.
They're in for a show.
I love this. Again, this other little moment. It's like,
oh yeah, the fucking chocolate bar.
It's just stuff that makes people human.
Yeah, because I know John McTiernan was really like really lenient for like little bits of improvisation and whatnot.
Right, but like it's those little things. You don't even have to know the character, but it just makes it feel real, and that helps
absolutely.
so much.
Yeah, tiny little human touches to your stuff, and I think that's why John McTiernan was so fucking well received in the action genre, because if you really listen to some of his approaches to the work, you can tell he has a real respect for not just his audience, but for cinema in general.
Yeah.
And when you have that, you can come out with some pretty terrific, as I'm sure if Alfred Hitchcock ever got to see something like this, I'm sure he would have called movies like this very posh and posh thrill rides of chills, spills, and thrills, going great with the aroma of popcorn and butter. So are they going to subsequently call this Operation Kick-Ass? Nah, it's Christmas. This is this should be the Operation Deck the Halls. Yep. No shit. Shoot the glass.
I like that he's on his second chocolate bar.
You know, there is probably one flaw to this movie. Not once does anyone ever say, I'm going to deck your halls. Oh, shit, they're bringing in the battering ram. Seriously, why are they cutting the doors when they could just shoot the glass? Seriously. Suck on this, Christmas Carol bitches. Oh, shit, they got the rocket launchers.
Yep.
Easy there, man. Oh, that is some big ordnance.
Oh, yep.
Oh, shit, that is a lot of ordnance.
Yup.
Damn, even Rambo didn't have something this big. Fire! Damn!
And these were real explosions done outside the building.
Yeah, that's not a model, folks. That is an actual vehicle getting blown up on a real street. Oh, shit, here we go. The elevator shaft. Kabooey! You know, I imagine just to save a little bit of money, they just used another angle from the first explosion.
Probably.
Yep. Oh, that's... I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't do like a dolly zoom vertigo effect. Fuck it, we're blowing this up anyway. Let's do this. Oh, shit. Woo! Looking less like Christmas and more like the 4th of July. Damn! Damn, that's some major stunt work. Although, seriously, if he was using that much C4, he seriously, as soon as he, like, shoved the thing down the elevator shaft, he should have just turned and ran in the other direction immediately and covered his ears.
Yep.
I'm gonna get so many ratings. Yeah, John McTiernan was like really adamant, like, I am not making this political,
Right?
He is just a thief. You are a loose cannon, McLean. One more outburst from me, you McClane, and you are getting detention. Do your damn job. Yeah, I also really love the fact that, you know, the movie really knows when, like, all right, we had ourselves a big-ass explosion action sequence. Let's slow down with some character development.
Right?
And that was also a really other smart thing, because there really wasn't a whole lot of supporting characters in the original script, and they were like, no, let's really expand the supporting cast. So, you know, McClane and is because as good as McClane and Rickman are, and Gruber are, you really don't want to have them be literally take up 90% of the movie, because that could get stale pretty fairly quick.
All right.
Oh, this fucking guy. You know what just hit me? This guy is literally the is basically the basis of every Fox executive ever. Yeah, seriously, this is just the Fox executives. Christ alive. I wish I could make more jokes about that, but listen to him.
Right there.
You know?
That right there. Hans Booby. Love it. Favorite line. Favorite line. That's right there.
Hans Booby. Come on, eh? You want to do some coke?
Well, and half of his speech he's ad-libbing, which is why Alan Rickman's character looks so confused, because he's not on script, and he's just like, all right.
All right. I bet he just like makes eye contact with McTiernan, and McTiernan's just like, you know, thumbs up behind the camera, just like, yeah, go, it's cool. It's basically that meme from How to Train Your Dragon 3, where it's just like, you know,
yeah,
where the guy's just going apeshit nuts. And then, you know, he looks over at Hiccup, and Hiccup in the corner is just like, yeah, God, dude, it's cool. Like, now I got to make a meme of that. Oh, shit. I'm getting the Pulitzer for this one. Hey, Johnny, what's happening? You want to come on down here? I told them everything. Come on, they just want some. They just want to get out of here. We do not negotiate with terrorists.
I like the fact that they bring him a Coke because they clearly asked him what he wanted, and he said Coke. And I did not understand.
Woo! 80s were great, man. Woo! You can get a lot done on this shit, man. It's great. Woo! Yeah, he doesn't know it, but he totally is.
Yep.
You idiot.
Yeah.
Boy, you just really can't wait to see him get his...
Yeah, nobody minds when he dies, really.
Nope. Yep. Saw that coming from a mile away. Even on first viewing, I'm like, dead.
Yep.
Dead. Damn. I'm gonna put him in detention so long.
2 months, you're mine.
2 months. You know, it's crazy how many, like, how we've just been, like, transfixed by the movie and just kind of let it play over the past couple of... Because, you know, honestly, it's just so much fun listening to, like, especially these speeches by Alan Rickman. I just kind of want to listen to him talking. As a matter of fact, I think just because the wife is a real big fan of Benedict Cumberbatch, I'm like, yeah, this is basically what we had before Benedict Cumberbatch's sultry voice.
I love that. Read about them in Time magazine. It's perfect.
Yes. Although it's still kind of funny because I know that, you know, both actors had to use American accents for a couple of films, and we just listened to them and we're like, Benny, Rick, like, just like Alan, like both of you guys,
right?
Your natural voice is fucking perfect. Don't fuck with it. I don't know if you ever, I forget what film it was, but did you see that film where Benedict Cumberbatch was doing a Boston accent?
I don't think so.
It just check it out or Google it or something because it's hilariously bad. It's
gosh.
Oh, like it's, and I don't want to say that in like a, you know, a malicious way or anything because, like, it's a bad accent, but it's just like, Benny, you're not the right guy for this. I know you're an actor and you really want to try new things, but it just didn't work. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, here we go. This shit.
Which does not exist. Is not a real thing.
No, we gotta put this on the table. Just so not a thing.
Science has disproved it.
Yeah. And the whole Stockholm thing, just, nah. There were very specific things which is a whole other can of worms.
I love this.
Oh my god. It's not the president, for God's sake. No relation. Such a wonderful little tweak of humor. The fucking feds.
And everyone smokes.
Oh yeah. Everyone fucking smokes in this movie. Hell, I think even the lady who was pregnant earlier was like, oh, you know, the baby will handle a sip of wine. It's fine.
Right.
Well, you also really got to love that Gruber is going up there to investigate himself.
Right. Well, he has lost some men.
He has, but still, it's just like, you know, this is just 100% an excuse to have McClane and Gruber meet.
Yeah, and there was no rehearsal. So, like, this shot when they meet was actually the first time of these two guys interacting with each other.
Oh, yeah, wasn't that, like, Alan Rickman's very first day on set, too?
Might have been.
Yeah. And then this reaction, priceless.
When they asked him if he could do an American accent, his response was like, it's like, well, kind of. I could do a California accent.
Well, it's L.A., so right? I guess we can do... Yeah, sure, why not? But, you know, it's kind of humbling to know that this is what Europeans think we sound like. But also, I think I remember someone made a joke that, yeah, because, you know, going back to how Benedict Cumberbatch is kind of the Neo Alan Rickman voice of our generation, that it's kind of funny that his whole performance in Doctor Strange is based on that one exchange from Die Hard. Which, you know, if you listen to it back to back, you're like, kinda. Yeah. Like, that is kind of Doctor Strange, isn't it?
A little bit.
Oh my god, I just realized, if the Marvel Universe got launched in the 90s, can you imagine Alan Rickman as Doctor Strange?
Oof.
That actually would be kind of fucking cool. Yo. Oh, man, you know, see, now that they've introduced time traveling in the Marvel movies, like, can you imagine if Alan Rickman got to play an older version of Benedict Cumberbatch?
Oof.
Oh, man, it's so sad that he's gone. See, it's right there. I feel like McClane should have been like, wait a minute.
Right.
The Big Apple. Oh. Actually, that makes me think. Has there ever been an action hero that had to do like a huge majority action sequence in his underwear? I feel like that's been done somewhere. If it hasn't, make that a thing.
Probably. I don't know.
I can't really think. Yeah, I can't really think of it. Anything like that. I think this is probably my favorite this is probably my favorite line of the whole movie, because as much as I love Yippee Ki Yay Motherfucker, probably this little next exchange is probably my favorite bit coming up. Just wait for it. Oh shit, busted? Question mark? What's up, Hans? Or did I? Oops. Yeah, no bullets, huh? That's my favorite bit there. Just no bullets. What do you think I am? Fucking stupid Hans? Run, fool! Run! Oh! Blowing off them kneecaps. Yeah! Ooh. I think we also mentioned this when we did Terminator 2. Like, don't you miss when, you know, they had real squibs on the set and real broken glass going?
Yes.
Those are the fucking days, man. Oh, shit. I'm an actor. I don't speak that shit. Translate! Oh! Durr! Damn, they're busting caps like a motherfucker.
It's so well shot.
Right?
I mean, the cuts are perfect. It lets you follow it. Like there's
I also really love that last crescendo shot where they just hold on the white and then fade back in.
Right.
Good shit, man.
But I mean, the fact so often cuts and action sequences are done so fast you can't follow. This is just well done.
Yeah, well, in this case, it really works. I mean, in some cases, you know, it really helps to do a lot of rapid cuts and whatnot. But in other cases, you want to hold on it. But yeah, in this particular case, it just works. Robust is probably the word you're looking for. You know?
Yeah. That's an excellent word for it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this little exchange here. She's watching him. And then... You're tearing me apart, McLean! He's still alive. Oh, that's great shit, man.
And then I could say from personal experience, as someone who has stepped on glass and had to get 5 stitches in their foot, oh my gosh, all my sympathy. This is so awful.
Oh, like, yeah, man. Are you sure this wasn't, like, ghost directed by Quentin Tarantino? Like, ugh. Barely? Send morphine! Morphine! Ow! Oh. This is why we use sugar glass on the set, everybody. Ooh. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is what I like to call the episode of The View. No, it was a little bit worse than that. Well, at least you had the correct response to be horrified, unlike some other cops of recent history. Yeah.
Very understandable.
Yeah. Again, he has the correct response to be horrified at what he's done. I like to call that the Oppenheimer effect.
Right.
It's the feds. Yep.
Perfect delivery.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think anyone's ever said FBI so eloquently since until Keanu Reeves came around. I am an FBI agent.
Honestly, no. I give it to Anthony Hopkins, running all the way to the FBI.
Yeah. Hey, that was both 91, wasn't it, too?
I think so.
Yeah. 91. That was the year to really soak in saying FBI. What's happening? Oh, shit. And here we go.
Yep.
Ludwig, cue the music. Yeah, motherfuckers! that's a hell of a Christmas present. $675 million.
I think it was 640, but yeah.
Woo-wee, it is raining money. We hitting the strip club tonight. Oh my god. Woo, that's a lot of money. Ooh, damn.
The lines themselves aren't even that memorable, but his delivery.
No, they're not.
His delivery is so good.
Right? it's one of those things where because boy,
we'll be sitting on the beach adding 20%. Like, oh, it's silk to my ears.
Yeah, because it's such a big, and again, this goes into play why everyone was expecting this movie to tank. Is like on paper the lines really aren't that great, but when you have these actors deliver them with such charisma that goddamn they become classics, and you're just there every step of the way. Also, I really got to hand it to Hans Gruber. Is that if you really want to pull off a big heist, make sure they think that you're dead by the end of it.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because look, what was the line? If you steal $600, you can probably get away. You steal 600 million, they will find you and catch you.
Right.
But unless they think you're already dead.
Yep. They want to come after you because they're dicks.
Yep. Yep. So honestly, like, thanks, Hans. You came up with my insurance plan if I ever want to pull a massive Grand Theft Auto style kind of heist.
Well, you have to figure out where somebody has that much money, and that's difficult in and of itself.
Mm-hmm. Really, the only way to get that kind of money is to exploit poor people.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. Trying to make an exit. Oh, this is such stupid.
This guy's
such a prick.
And I
think... Fuck off. It is Christmas Eve, damn it. Leave him alone.
Right. Can't
you wait till after New Year's to schedule a goddamn interview? But no.
Such a dick.
Remember, this is produced by Fox, so
oh god,
ratings.
Oh my god. Actually, if I remember correctly, the cost. So like, Bruce Willis got $5 million for this movie, which was like unheard of at the time.
Yeah.
And Rupert Murdoch himself had to sign off on it.
Jesus. Holy shit, that's a lot of C4. They're gonna blow the cap off this building. You got a big mouth. Chopper's inbound.
So, because of noise complaints and other things, they were supposed to have like 4 takes to get the copters right. Nope, they got shut down after 1. So think about how great this sequence is and the fact that they pulled it off in 1 take.
Man, although in all fairness, 1 take is really all you ever need, right? Sometimes that's the case. 1 take is all you ever need. Oh, shit. The choppers are coming. Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper! Also, I'm actually kind of surprised McTiernan wasn't cheeky enough to use the McTiernan, or just use that line. Just once, just as a little reference to his last movie.
Yeah, well.
Oh, shit! Fuck! Oh, fuck. Kick his ass! Come on, McClane, you can do this!
I mean, you know he's got to be able to kick. He's a ballerina.
Oh, damn! I'm surprised he didn't try out for fucking Raiden in Mortal Kombat.
You leave Christopher Lambert out of this.
That was like the one big thing for you that did it for you. They got Highlander as Raiden?
Yeah, love it.
Damn, look how low flying those are going. Man, you don't see that kind of helicopter stunt work anymore.
Yep, and again, they had all the cameras set up and they just got it in 1 take.
Jesus. Unreal. Although, in all fairness, I think we can all agree the pinnacle of insane helicopter stunt work was when they put a helicopter under an overpass in Terminator 2. Like, yeah. God damn! Like, James Cameron, you're fucking crazy! And now that I think about it, like, cause like I mentioned earlier in the podcast, how this was like one of the big stunt show movies, like right after the fiasco of the Twilight Zone movie.
Right.
The fact that Terminator 2 only came out like a few years after that, and they still went ahead with that kind of a helicopter stunt is mind-boggling.
Yeah, but when you have a vision.
Yeah. And it also helps that, Spielberg and John Landis were in no way related to Terminator 2. Oh, shit, that's a lot of money. There's nothing common about me.
So good.
But he does have a point. I mean, he may be a thief, but, yeah, there's nothing common about him.
No, not at all.
Beat his ass! Give him the chain! The chain! Yeah! Yeah! That's how I decorate a Christmas tree.
Whew.
Woo! More flybys. Surprised that I'm actually surprised that they didn't try to evoke Wagner for that bit right there.
It's not the right moment. They used that music to be associated with the criminals, not the FBI.
Ah, that's true. Yeah, I guess they could have used. Maybe they could have just started blasting some Rolling Stones or some CCR. Get out! Run! That ain't it. Oh boy.
Whoopsie!
No, friendly fire. Run, dude! Run, stupid! Run! Oh, and we got this shot coming up. Wait for it. Oh, here comes the big stunt. Man,
which he did himself.
Yeah, I know. I think even to this day, after all the action movies he's done, Willis says, yeah, this was by far the hardest stunt I've ever had to
That
pull.
last shot, though, still throws me. That guy's still hanging by the chains, but is somehow not dead?
Oh, I guess he's one tough cookie. It's like one of those dudes like, damn, this guy, they gave him the chair like 3 times and he still ain't dead.
They're showing him like he's supposed to be dead, but he pops up later and you're just like, how are you alive?
Just do it! Don't worry, next time you'll just be at an airport.
Right.
Oh, shit! Damn! Also, you really gotta love that they had a super wide shot of the explosion.
Yep.
You know? And stop hitting your foot! Like, no more glass! No more glass! Oh, fuck! Ow! Nope. Let go! No! Not the rug! No! Shit! I want a vacation. Damn.
And
man.
this right here.
Oh, the helicopter?
Yeah, perfectly done with a miniature that they just kept shooting it with different lenses and attempts, and they just got it to look just right.
Oh, honestly, I'm convinced because the fact that they had the balls to blow the top off of an actual building,
right?
I would not be surprised. Like, let's have a helicopter on fire just fall out of the wreckage.
Right, but you know they ended up using a miniature, and they got it so right.
Yeah, man, it blends perfectly. I think that was like one of the only miniature shots too.
Yeah, one
of
the very few.
Done.
Yep.
Otherwise, everything else is done like in camera for real, which is so insane when you think about it. Oh yeah, is this what you mentioned with the ambulance?
Yep, there was no ambulance in it at the beginning, so.
Oh yeah. One bullet. And One bullet per gun. 2 bullets. That's actually that's another thing. It must have been really, really lucky that his sidearm is a Beretta 9mm, which is also the exact same bullet that the MP5 shoots. Oh yeah, Limo Driver's time to shine.
Boom!
Happy New Year! Oh, yeah.
And they didn't like how that shot was going, so he really had to haul off and hit him because he was pulling his punch too hard.
Oh, I love this. Hans! Yeah, man, because as we mentioned earlier, like, it's amazing how they had that little scar on his shoulder before this, because you want him pristine, so that way the contrast when he's all fucked up like this, it's a lot, it just reads a lot better, but we still, like, holy shit. This dude's been through the shit, man. Yep. Yeah, for real. Seriously. Like, Hans Gruber, thank you. If I ever pull, like, a giant heist, I know what to do at the very end. Still the cowboy. It's Gary Cooper, asshole. I love it. Yeah. Now we got Hans to say the thing.
Yeah.
And then this reveal here is so fucking good. He's got it taped to his fucking back.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of surprised that the tape held and his sweat and blood didn't just, like, have it fall right off. Oh, yeah, in the head. I love when he blows on the barrel. It's so unnecessary, but I love it. And then we have the famous fall.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And just to get that look right, they said 1, 2, let him go.
Well, they said they would let him go on 3, and they let him go after 1.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Just like, oh shit! No.
It's this shot is so iconic.
Yeah, man. Like, we've seen a lot of villains fall to their death at the end of the movie, like, from the 80s and 90s, but that's the one that was done the best, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because he had the right idea to use the super slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
Although I hear it was really, really hard to get that shot because he was falling at such a quick rate, and because there's low lighting, having him stay in focus was a real challenge. So they had like this whole custom zoom lens that was able to keep it in focus. But even that cutting edge technology at the time was still having a hard time keeping him in focus. But they got the shot. So
now the real question is, how many of these police officers just casually pocketed $100,000 bearer bond?
Probably quite a few, but honestly, I'm pretty sure the company would file some damage insurance claims on those bonds, and any that were found floating around.
Well, that's just it. I think negotiable bonds are harder to do that with. I think that's kind of like whoever has them has them.
Oh shit! Really?
I think so. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think so.
Oh my God, can we just have like one extra pocket one and just like mutter to himself, Merry Christmas?
Right?
Like, I'm going to Congo. Like, because each one of those would be like $100,000, man. Like, shit, that's a couple years worth of salaries.
Right?
What's going on, Roy? It's so cathartic. Love it.
So good.
I almost wish was he around for because it's been a while since I've watched it, but was he around in Die Hard 2? I don't think he was.
He has like a cameo, takes a phone call.
Okay, yeah, because yeah, goddamn, like you know what else would have been really fun if, because I know I haven't seen Die Hard 3, but and I hear Samuel L. Jackson is fucking great, but can you imagine if that was his partner in New York? Oh shit! How are you still alive?
Right?
Do you know why he's still alive, Sean? Do you know why?
Because he needed a moment.
Yes, because we need character arc. See, kids, it's okay to shoot a guy. I am in for so much paperwork.
Right?
Oh, God, can you only imagine the amount of paperwork that John McClane had to fill out? Especially considering he was operating outside of his jurisdiction. Good God.
So many IA interviews.
Yeah, especially... honestly, I bet... get the fuck away, man!
And, and she gets her moment. They all get their moment.
Yeah, everyone gets their moment in this movie. I love it. And of course, the great last line of the movie. Wait for it. Love it. Yeah, man. Weather outside is frightful. Yeah, man. How many other action movies end with fucking Christmas songs?
Right.
Other than its sequel. Woo-wee, man. What a ride. Yeah, I'm actually curious, because I watched Die Hard 2, and, despite it being silly and a real blatant repeat, like, to the point where, John McClane has to say to himself, in another air vent, why is it always Christmas? As a matter of fact, I like to think that as soon as he's done filling out the paperwork for this one, he goes into this one. And he's like, oh, fuck it, God damn it! But, yeah, I still really like Die Hard 2. And I'm still probably going to have to sit down and watch the others. Because I hear 3 is really fun. 4 has its moments, and 5 is absolute shit. Which I'm probably not even going to... I'm just going to skip entirely.
Yeah, but, when you rewatch this, this really did change the game. And I think history has really shown out with this movie. However, it's also it was short-lived, and by that I mean, yes, this changed the game, and yes, there were a lot of repeats off of it, sure. However, the action genre had the game completely rewritten yet again only a few years later with Terminator 2.
Yeah, for real, because as much of a roller coaster as that is, I mean, Terminator 2 really feels even more like a live-action stunt show that's going on before your eyes. with even more, I think, compelling characters and deeper thematic themes, you know?
Yes, which, you know, that's why it changed it. I think it elevated it out of, like, just so much being an action movie to something, you know, far deeper that hadn't really been done much.
Oh, yeah,
action.
for sure.
Which, like, you know... But I digress. This movie, as if you want a fun action movie, it's great. And, again, this established, oh, look, we can have more of an every man kind of person play this role instead of, oh my God, it's Arnold with arms.
Yeah,
that are like
literally have
inches.
Mr. Universe
Right.
toting dual machine guns.
Because there was so much of that in the 80s where, like, these action heroes were just so completely unrealistically muscle bound. This takes it down to a more believable type. And I think that really helped the genre because there's a lot of great actors who can pull off this type, who can't pull off the other type, but who you can have as action stars.
Plus, it just makes it, you know, because, again, this is something else that McTiernan was really going for, is that it makes it a little bit more accessible to the audience. You can relate to them a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
And, yeah, so that's why John McClane is still one of the great action heroes of all time, but... Let's also try to, you know, reach out to Bruce Willis and be like, hey man, it's cool. You can retire now. We had fun.
I mean, but also, I mean, this movie will always be lauded for launching Alan Rickman's career.
Oh, absolutely, for real.
I mean, my gosh, I had a friend.
I still wish he was working to this day, man.
But I had a friend in college who was a huge Alan Rickman fan, and you know, let me borrow really obscure movies of his. And, I mean, he was just such a master of his craft in so many different ways. And, it was clear that he wanted to do stuff he found interesting. And I think that's probably why he did this, even though he was worried about being typecast, because I think he could really run with the role.
Yeah, man. Did your friend actually ever get to meet Rickman?
I don't know, actually. We have not kept in touch.
Because, man, can you imagine just someone talking? Because I hear he was, like, such a sweetheart. As a matter of fact, like,
everyone loved him.
Yeah, I mean, even on this movie, I remember reading up how he would, like, you know, spend the lunch breaks with the other actors, and I think...
he specifically, I blank it. She played Holly. They became very good friends. They would spend lunch breaks together.
Yeah, because he was just so charming and nice.
Yeah.
And which is like a really crazy contrast to the way he plays him.
You know what? God bless that man for switching careers. Because he didn't get into acting until I think he was late 20s, early 30s. He had done a whole different career and then just decided to switch it. It's like, we are so better for it.
Yeah, we are. And the world is... so much less without him, because I still was so traumatized when I heard about his death, because I think that was just on. I think that was literally like two or 3 days after Bowie died, and that was
it
like,
was a dark time.
It still kind of is, to be honest.
Yeah, you're not wrong. My gosh, he was a singular talent.
For real. But yeah, man, that was Die Hard. We had a real, because I still have a good time watching this, and you know what? I'm probably gonna wind up popping in the sequel before the holiday is over, just because why not? And then maybe later on next year I'll pop in the other ones, because I at least want to check out up to Die Hard 4, because I know Timothy Olifantastic is the villain, and I like Mr. Olifantastic. He's cool.
I mean, it just there's any action movie is going to have a certain level of unbelievability to it. That's just how it is. Like that.
Yes.
That's how it's going to go. They just really crank that up a little too much in 4.
All right, I'll have that expectation. I will lower my expectation so that it exceeds my expectations. But I'm not watching 5. I heard it was trash and awful and just no.
I mean, yeah, I saw it and I was just like, well, why?
Yeah,
it's
man.
Like it's not the worst thing ever, for sure. I mean, I've definitely seen far, far worse films out there, but it's just like, ooh,
yeah,
come
that's
on
fair.
now, like,
yeah,
give me better, give me better.
Well, you know what? Don't give me anything anymore. Like I'll stick
right,
with those
right,
other
but
movies.
right, and that's just it. Like, I can't even remember what franchise it was, but there was one franchise where it got relaunched after a long time, and part of the discussion was about why did you come back? And it's like they had a story that made sense. Like that's why they hadn't done it in so long, is because they didn't have the right story for it to make sense, and the people attached were like, no. When they finally had the right story, they did it, and that's what you have to wait for.
Yeah. But anyway, that was so did you have a fun time rewatching this?
I always have a fun time with Die Hard.
Good shit, man. And let us know in the comments what you think of Die Hard. What's your favorite part? All that jazz. And is it a Christmas story or a Christmas movie for you in your book? Like I want to see what you guys think. So hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back again for another unorthodox Christmas movie. And this one's another real, like, 80s classic. I guarantee y'all. You'll love it. But in the meantime, I've been Tim.
I've been Sean.
And you'll never have to watch a movie alone again. Merry Christmas.